Welcome to King 5 Plus. I'm Greg Copeland. This is The Week, a look at what made headlines in our region, along with your weekend forecast. First up, a story that garnered a lot of reaction. Many students and families experienced fear and uncertainty this week at several Seattle schools. Those campuses sheltered in place after reports of possible ice activity nearby. Neighbors and advocates also showed up with plans to protect kids and families. King 5's Maddie White reported from Cleveland STEM High School.
Fear and confusion swept through parts of Seattle today after unconfirmed reports of possible immigration enforcement activity near schools. Several campuses moved into shelter in place as students and families waited for answers.
It's tense. It's a tense feeling.
That tension was felt across generations.
I'm a kid of the 60s, so we've been through this.
Now struggling to explain it to his grandchild.
Are we going back to that? I hope not, because there's going to be, a lot of people getting hurt.
Inside classrooms, students say the day grew quieter, uncertainty hanging in the air.
That very much, that gets me terrified.
We spoke with this student with permission from his parents.
I felt very scared, honestly, inside.
Cleveland STEM High is just one of 6 schools that sheltered in place out of an abundance of caution. Others were Aki Kurosi Middle School, Beacon Hill International, Dearborn Park International, Maple Elementary, and Mercer International Middle School. As worry spread, something else happened.
It's a very scary thing for anyone to be going through.
Neighbors, advocates, and community members showed up.
Be a bit of a buffer between us and kids who are just trying to get home after their day at school.
Standing between fear and students.
I feel really hopeful. I feel really proud of my city, of my neighborhood.
Some simply being present.
If there had been ice here, we would have been kind of keeping alert.
This is our Know Your Rights packet.
Others informing families of their rights.
What's it going to be like going to school tomorrow?
I'm just hoping nothing scary happens. I'm just hoping that it's a better tomorrow.
No confirmed immigration enforcement activity was reported at the schools, but the emotional impact was real. And by day's end, one message rang out across campuses and communities.
Stick together.
Well, from Capitol Hill to the waterfront, a demonstration turned Seattle streets into a moving statement. Seattle was one of dozens of cities nationwide where people took part in the Free America walkout in March. That was organized to mark 1 year since President Trump began his second term. King 5's Alex McClune reports.
As the sun sets over Seattle, the Free America walkout and march ended at the waterfront, with demonstrators gathering beneath the Great Wheel and their message carrying to the edge of the city. Some held signs, others flags, including one upside down, a signal organizers say of a nation in distress. The demonstration started outside Seattle Central College.
Every day there's another atrocity.
People walked out of school and work at 2 o'clock to call for accountability, transparency, and what they describe as protections for democracy and human rights. The crowd spanned generations, from college students to older adults, many of them saying the moment brought them out from the sidelines.
It feels really good. It's exciting to put some actions behind my words and my feelings.
What do you feel is most at stake?
Losing our democracy. I mean, it's not just me personally, it's like our country.
As many as 300 people, led by a unicorn, slowly marched through the city, chanting and carrying signs past the federal building. People waiting for a bus on 2nd Avenue watched as the demonstration shut down city streets moving through downtown.
All for it. It's a good cause. Abolish ICE, I'm down for that.
The march rounded out beneath the Great Wheel at Pier 58. Organizers held a tribute for Renee Good, the woman shot and killed by an ICE agent in Minneapolis. Her death becoming central to their message. Organizers hope those who saw the march join their message moving forward. In Seattle, Alex McClune, King 5 News.
A Snohomish County family is taking Tesla to court, blaming the company's autopilot technology for a deadly crash that killed their son. As North Bureau Chief Eric Wilkinson tells us, the family accuses the company of treating the public like guinea pigs.
The crash happened here along Highway 522 about 2 years ago. The victim's family says the car that hit him should never have been on the road. Nearly 2 years since the crash that killed Jeffrey Neeson, his father, Jeff Sr., still struggles to find words.
It's like a big nightmare. Just want to wake up and just have him back.
In April of 2024, Neeson was riding his motorcycle home from work. Investigators say he was stopped in traffic when a man behind the wheel of a Tesla in autopilot mode ran directly into and over the 28-year-old, dragging him to his death. Jeffrey's mother, Carrie, didn't want to believe it could be true.
But then around 10 o'clock that night, a police officer came to my house and handed me his things and told me he was gone.
The National Highway Safety Administration, or NHTSA, is currently investigating more than 8,000 incidents involving Tesla's self-driving cars. Last year, a jury in Florida awarded a family $240 million after finding Tesla partially responsible for an autopilot fatality there. Neeson family attorney Sim Osborne says the company is turning innocent people into guinea pigs.
Driver's guinea pig, persons on the road are guinea pigs, pedestrians are guinea pigs.
Neeson's family is now suing as well, alleging Tesla's autopilot system hasn't been adequately tested and the company misrepresented the capabilities of its technology.
If they market it as full self-driving and have the owner of the company say, you can drive this from coast to coast without ever touching the wheel, that's a problem.
The Neeson family wants the cars taken off the market until they're 100% reliable. For now, they get on with life as best they can.
Really don't know how to go on from here. Just take it day by day and see what the future holds.
We reached out to Tesla today for comment about this story, and they have not responded. In Woodinville, Eric Wilkinson, King 5 News.
Washington State Ferries is down another ship after the Wenatchee hit a log Wednesday morning. That's causing some delays on the Seattle-Bainbridge Island route. It's the latest in a long list of issues for the ferries. King 5's Jim Nelson was granted exclusive access to the state's largest maintenance facility where repairs are underway.
The views are iconic, even on a hazy morning from Seattle to Bainbridge Island. But providing them takes a lot of work.
Well, nicely done, man. That's beautiful.
Tim Clancy oversees the Eagle Harbor Maintenance Facility where crews repair or replace broken or outdated parts. For the trade workers here, the goal is to keep the fleet moving.
They are critical in maintaining, as you can hear, all the the rotating machinery. They rebuild these ship service diesel generators. We swap them out, and we have one ready to go at all times.
Washington State Ferries has 21 ships, but they only run 17 in the winter. That allows the others to undergo routine maintenance and inspections.
They have a diver in the water that is following the directions of the Coast Guard and videoing the underwater portion of the vessel to check the condition of the hull, the rudders, propeller shafts, and just the vessel integrity.
Last year, the Washington State Ferries completed 98% of all scheduled sailings, but they know that it's the 2% they miss that gets the attention. That frustrates passengers and also the people who work on these vessels.
My goal is by tomorrow morning I'll be running this.
Mark Marcotte is the engineer of the Samish, currently out of service for some TLC.
The time at the dock is time we're not out actually hauling people.
And that's personal, especially when it's unplanned. That's the case with the Wenatchee and the Walla Walla, both pulled from Seattle-based routes because of propeller damage.
We feel their frustration. We don't want to have it inconvenience anybody, but we do have to make those calls for the matter of safety.
And when that happens, it's the men and women in this and other facilities that help get these massive boats back in service. On Bainbridge Island, Jim Nelson, King 5 News.
When we come back, the road to the Super Bowl runs through Seattle as the Hawks look to take down their division rivals. We'll take a look at how the city is preparing to handle 70,012. First, though, meteorologist Leah Pizzetti has a look at the weekend forecast right after this.
Hello there, I am King 5 meteorologist Leah Pizzetti with a check on your weekend forecast. All right, everybody, we made it to the weekend. I cannot believe 2 weekends in a row. We are looking at sunshine in January and we have playoffs Oh my goodness, we are lucking out, especially when we consider what the rest of the country is dealing with. We have a significant winter storm that is impacting just about half of the country's population, all the way from kind of our southwestern states into the south, into the East Coast. This is a significant storm bringing snow, ice, and cold temperatures. So we will keep an eye on that, but we also are just so thankful in the Northwest to stay fairly mild. I will say, though, that we are keeping an eye on extremely cold temperatures into the weekend. We do have a cold weather advisory that has been issued from the National Weather Service. This is in place for our morning hours because our lows are going to be in the low 20s. Now, anyone with prolonged exposure and without proper clothing in this weather can absolutely be exposed to frostbite and hypothermia. So please, 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 anyone who is going to be out, this is specifically Saturday and then also Sunday morning as well, we are going to see extremely cold temperatures. And I'll also note that for anyone doing any weekend travel, this is also in place for Western Oregon and parts of southwestern Washington, closer to that Washington-Oregon border. So cold temperatures are one of our big concerns. And everybody's waking up to cold temperatures. Here's a look at Saturday morning's lows in the 20s. Very few areas will even hit the 30-degree threshold, let alone be above freezing. So cold, cold, cold on Saturday morning. Same thing for Sunday morning. We're looking at temperatures in those low to mid 20s. Please bundle up your 4 Ps, people, pets, plants, pipes. Take precaution and be ready for that cold weather. That's the mornings. Once we head into our afternoon hours, it's going to be lovely, especially for Saturday and Sunday. Our daytime highs really don't see too much fluctuation as far as temperatures are concerned. Really where we've been the end of this work week, Thursday, Friday, we're going to keep doing that for our highs on Saturday, Sunday, and into Monday. We'll have plentiful sunshine on Saturday. Sunday, some fair weather clouds passing through. You likely will not notice anything at all. It'll still be beautiful and the sunshine will dominate. Monday, though, we have a little more cloud cover that is going to move in as a very weak disturbance rolls by. So we will keep an eye on that. But at this point, we're not looking at any rain chances, especially at SeaTac. That's our official threshold for rain. Not looking at SeaTac, maybe along the coast on Monday, but that's about it. So as of Friday is the 11th day of no rain at SeaTac, which is the official threshold for our region. We have not seen rain at SeaTac since January 12th. And the record dry spell for days without rain in the month of January is 15 days. That's when we did not see any rain. More than 1/100th of an inch of rain is the threshold for measurable rain. 15 days is the record, and you know what? I will not be surprised if we break that. Friday is the 11th day, and as we look forward to the next couple of days, Saturday is 12, Sunday is 13, Monday is 14, Tuesday is 15, that's the tie. Wednesday is 16, that's when we would break it. And I don't expect us to see any rain through that period. Like I said, Monday we have that weak disturbance that brushes by, so let's let that play out. You can see we stay sunny through the weekend. Sunday brings a couple clouds. Monday there's that weak disturbance, a couple showers. It's so minimal, and it's mostly going to be along the coast. So so we will keep an eye on that and any rain chances. But at this point, it is looking so minimal for us as we head into Monday. Let's take a wide look at that. This is the low resolution imagery. So this is Monday afternoon. We are seeing those couple of showers that roll on through, but it's not looking that bad. But then we take a step forward. Tuesday, Wednesday. Wednesday, we have a disturbance that goes up to our north. Now, at this point, it's not looking like it'll hit us too badly in Washington. So if that's the case, then we likely will continue on with no rain on Wednesday. Then we continue into Thursday, Friday. Friday night looks like the best chance at widespread rain, measurable rain at SeaTac. So that is when we would see that change. And you know what? Our snowpack is hurting. All of those red areas are areas with less than 50% of precipitation compared to where we should be right now. So yes, we love the blue sky. It is spectacular. We will soak it up. But we also really need that precipitation at this point in the year. Now is the time when we should be building that snowpack, and we are so far behind. So we definitely will be looking forward to any and all precipitation we can get by the end of next week.
And welcome back to the week. There is relief in Kitsap County where a woman with autism was found after an urgent 2-day search. Investigators say she was lured out of her home by a registered sex offender. King 5's Christian Balderas was in her Bremerton neighborhood.
Hopefully the family can rest a little easier. Earlier today, when their daughter was still missing, the family declined to give an interview but said that they were distraught. Their daughter is 21 years old but was being described as having the mental capacity of a 10-year-old. The Kitsap County Sheriff's Office announced on X the missing woman and 21-year-old Leroy Nichols were found in Olympia. Nichols was arrested and the woman was released back to her parents, ending a terrifying 2 days for both her family and the neighborhood.
My neighbor left a message on my ring that that their daughter was missing. I wanted to vomit. It's scary.
The news was triggering for neighbor Janet Peterson, who says her own daughter once went missing.
Oh, I can't.
Yeah.
How do you do something like that? How?
Okay.
Investigators say the woman left her home with Nichols late Saturday evening. Nichols, who's transient, was convicted of second-degree rape in 2022, had been communicating with the woman online for at least a month. His family told investigators he refused to give his location, prompting a widespread search across Kitsap, Thurston, and Lewis counties.
She's a very impressionable woman on the autism spectrum. It'd be very easy to convince her to do something that she shouldn't do.
Now, 2 days later, the investigation shifts to how she was taken and what charges Nichols may face. After their daughter was found, the family said that they knew that the two were communicating, that Nichols had a criminal background. At this point, the sheriff's office has released little information about the arrest. In Bremerton, I'm Christian Balderas, King 5 News.
Two Kitsap County friends, a passion for the outdoors, and a devastating loss in the mountains. The families of two women who died hiking in the Olympics are now remembering their warmth and their love of life. King 5's Brady Wakayama shares how their loved ones hope they'll be remembered.
The loss of these two beloved friends, 70-year-old Christine Muchler and 76-year-old Kathy Pickard, is still hard for many to process.
I think anyone that ever met my mom expected her to outlive us all because she was so full of life. It's shocking that she died now.
A week ago today, the women were hiking the Lena Lake Trail in the Olympics with a friend, a trail they'd hiked countless times before. Jefferson County deputies say just after 12 o'clock, a dead evergreen snapped near its base and fell across the trail, hitting both hikers, sending boulders tumbling across the area. Their friend wasn't hurt, but Christine was airlifted to Harborview and didn't survive. Kathy died at the scene. An unthinkable loss for her daughter, Bethany Pickard.
I think losing a parent, especially your mom at any age, is hard. Moms often bring comfort, and knowing that you always have someone that can call, that knows you, that understands, and that can support you regardless of what's going on in your life.
We were truly shocked. It's about the last person that would perish in a hiking accident.
Christine's brother-in-law, John Muchler, says she was hardworking, kind, and had a way of lifting everyone around her through her active lifestyle. This tragedy deepens the grief he's been carrying since losing his brother Chris, Christine's husband of 20 years, to pancreatic cancer in 2020.
It's a reminder to all of us to get to know the people that are close to us, because you won't always have them, and you might not always know when you're going to lose them.
A message that resonates with Bethany, grounded with gratitude instead of grief.
She died doing something she loved. She died in a beautiful place that she loved, with friends that loved her and cared for her. So I am grateful for that.
Reporting for King 5 News, I'm Brady Wakayama.
A terrifying break-in shattered the quiet of a Seattle neighborhood in the middle of the night. A father confronted a man who then armed himself with a knife while his teenage daughter made a split-second decision that may have saved both of their lives. Here's King 5's Eric Wilkinson.
Police say a man broke into this home around 2:40 this morning, and it ended up here in the front yard in a knife fight. And because of a brave father and his quick-thinking daughter, that suspect is in custody tonight and in critical condition. Duct tape and plastic cover the broken window pane the suspect used to unlock the door and enter the home. But once inside, he was confronted in the kitchen.
He grabbed a kitchen knife, John grabbed a frying pan, and the two of them went at it.
The 61-year-old father fought with the suspect, was chased outside, and stabbed in the leg.
He is not an aggressive person by any stretch of the imagination. He had his daughter in the house, so that doesn't surprise me, no.
Through it all, the man's 15-year-old daughter, seen here in the aftermath, was inside the house. Wisely not wanting to let the intruder know she was there, the daughter texted 911, alerting them to what was going on. This neighbor, who asked us not to show her face, took the girl in for safety and comfort.
She was shaken. She just said that her dad had fought with the intruder and he'd been cut.
The father was taken to Harborview with non-life-threatening injuries. The suspect, however, was also stabbed, last listed as critical. The scene is directly across the street from Cowan Park, a place neighbors say has brought trouble over the years.
There are people over there getting rowdy in the middle of the night. There are fights.
Seattle Police Department statistics show violent crime in the Roosevelt-Ravenna area is down in recent years. 101 incidents in 2025, down from 119 in 24 and 163 in 2023. Still, too much for neighbors.
It's a park. It's the University District. There's a certain amount of chaos and craziness that comes with that.
Meantime, a family tries to heal. A father faithfully fighting for his daughter.
He's a wonderful dad. He's a wonderful dad.
That suspect is under armed guard at a local hospital tonight. The father underwent a minor surgery and is expected to make a full recovery. In Seattle, Eric Wilkinson, King 5 News.
Well, a warning for anyone making donations. What seems like a small act of generosity could end up costing you thousands. But there are ways to protect your money. King 5's Madison Wade has what you need to know.
This happened to someone over the weekend outside of Lumen Field. What they thought was a $5 donation turned into multiple charges. Now they're out thousands of dollars. The AG's office has been trying to stop this type of scam. This post on Reddit is sparking quite the conversation, warning others to avoid being scammed. The poster says they were approached leaving a bar near Lumen Field this weekend by a few people asking for donations to a charity. The poster wrote, "I agreed to donate $5, but they said my card declined, so I offered another. Turns out they didn't decline, and they just kept charging me. Ultimately, I ended up with multiple $800 charges on my cards for trying to donate $5 to kids playing basketball." According to the Washington State Attorney General's office, this scenario is becoming increasingly common.
We've seen people who thought they were donating $20 to a charity, and turns out their bank statements were withdrawn for almost $5,000 and not for a charity. And so it's really important that people stay very mindful of these sorts of tactics.
The Attorney General recently issued a consumer alert warning about scams involving tap to pay and card donations.
It's probably easy to fall for that.
Some people in Pioneer Square, like Flavio Copeland, were unaware of this kind of scam, and they're grateful to learn about the danger.
My intuition would be that with tap to pay you will have some kind of protection, but you're absolutely right. Yeah, better cash.
A couple fell victim to this kind of scam on December 5th in downtown Seattle. 3 men were selling these CDs for what they called a local charity. They only accepted tap to pay. A $5 donation turned into $1,500 charged to their card. The Attorney General's office says you should avoid donating via tap to pay to people you don't know. Always review payment details before approaching a transaction and research charities through official databases. The AG's office is tracking this type of scam, hoping it doesn't happen to anyone else. But if it has happened to you, you can report this online. We have more information on our website, king5.com. In Seattle, Madison Wade, King 5 News.
Well, the countdown is on to one of the biggest sports days that Seattle has seen in years. Tens of thousands of fans are expected to flood the city for the NFC Championship as the Seahawks take on the Los Angeles Rams at Lumen Field on Sunday. Seattle police are stepping up patrols. Businesses are also bracing for a surge in Soto and Pioneer Square. King 5's Natalie Swaby tells us what you can expect.
Police expect about 70,000 fans to pour into this neighborhood on Sunday, some without tickets, just here to soak up the energy and excitement. Inside this pub, it's the calm before the crowds.
Cheers.
Or the roar of fans floods the room.
People are very happy to see playoff football down here in January.
Around Pioneer Square, businesses are bracing for a rush.
The vibe and the energy of just a big game like this, it's fun just to be around other fans and just to enjoy the atmosphere.
The excitement started building after last week's Seahawks win. and it hasn't slowed down since.
We were pretty much full at noon, even with that 5 p.m. start time. Pretty much an all-day thing, stayed busy during the game, and then obviously people were out celebrating after, so yeah, it was an epic day.
Now the city of Seattle is gearing up for another game day.
There might be some traffic challenges.
With I-5 construction in the mix, getting to Lumen Field could take planning.
So we advise fans maybe to use alternative ways to get into town.
Police are urging safety behind the wheel.
We know people are excited, but we want them to think about the things that they're doing as far as drinking and driving. We know you want to have fun. We know you want to maybe indulge in that sort of thing, but make sure you have safe rides home.
Definitely encourage all our patrons to be responsible, and our staff takes all that very seriously.
Across the city, the buzz is building.
Having the influx of fans coming in is such a huge deal.
Bars and restaurants are ready to welcome championship crowds.
Feels like a dream, honestly. I hope it's a great day, and I hope the Seahawks win.
Uniformed officers will patrol inside and outside the stadium and will also receive support from other law enforcement agencies like the King County Sheriff's Office. In Seattle, Natalie Swaby, King 5 News.
Go Seahawks. Thanks for your time. We hope you enjoyed a look at the biggest stories of the week.